Good morning, fellow Malaysians. This is Matthias Chang once again from Future Fast Forward. My last address to you was some 3 weeks ago, and some have asked me why I have not uploaded an address after Tun Mahathir's midterm review of the 11th Malaysia Plan. Well, I have my reasons, because I want to do my commentary on the midterm review and the budget together. That's why I've waited and I've did my research and prepared for this video address until after the presentation of the 2019 budget. Today's address will have two parts. They're interconnected, and you'll be shocked as to what I'm going to say. Because right now, actually, I've received many responses from my WhatsApp survey as to what they think of Tun Mahathir, Anwar Ibrahim, as well as the Pakatan Harapan government. Now let's make it very clear. I believe the entire nation sentiments is to have success for our country, that Pakatan Harapan will do well. Because if Pakatan fails us, this country will go to the dogs. That is a given. I can assure you that's a given. Because having gone through the mess of the BN government led by the corrupt criminal Najib, we can only go up from the cesspool, the dark cesspool. But we fail to rise above the cesspool and free ourselves from the criminality of the Najib regime. Then we deserve to be drowned in the same cesspool of the members of the Najib regime. Therefore, I will cut to the chase by starting with part one of my address. The first thing I want to do is this, because I'm sure you will agree with me why I'm compelled to make some demands. And I repeat, part one of my address will be making demands on Tun Mahathir as well as Anwar Ibrahim. This is what I intend to demand from Tun Mahathir. Okay? Sorry? Yeah. I demand, I demand that Tun Mahathir must step down on or before his agreed 2-year term with the Pakatan Harapan leaders and government parties. I demand, Tun Mahathir, that you stop your little Napoleons, the overrated, underemployed assholes in your PMO, from conspiring to initiate crossovers of UMNO crooks to bolster your power. We do not want any UMNO crooks or their shit to be splashed over us when they cross over. Dude, may I remind you, it's not easy for me to say this, and it's very difficult to tell truth to power. I have enough people talking nonsense to me, so I'm going to be straight and blunt to you. That's the only way for you to understand. You are a total failure in choosing a successor. Or your deputy prime minister or deputy president of your past UMNO party has failed you or betrayed you because of your misplaced confidence in them for whatever reason. So, given that track record, I demand of you, in the light of your failures, to allow Pakatan Harapan and the rakyat to decide who will be the next Prime Minister. Not you, not Tun. Period. If it is to be Anwar Ibrahim, so be it. These are my demands to you, Tun Mahathir. I'm confident that my demands of you to accede to these solutions for the future of our country is supported by many people in Malaysia. I repeat, step down on or before your term, 2-year term, as agreed with the Pakatan Harapan leaders. Stop your little Napoleons from conspiring for crossovers of UMNO members. Your so-called press aide, Datuk Khadir Jassin, wrote a long article making all kind of configurations, causing all kind of rubbish thinking and speculation. Stop it! You stop it! You are responsible for your party leaders and members at the highest level. It is rubbish, nonsensical, divisive, and utterly uninspiring. Stop it! This is my demand. My demand to Anwar is as follows. Tan Sri Anwar, stop your posturing, the rubbish PM in waiting. Stop that propaganda ploy by your offici group of numbskulls, immature, infantile, little Napoleons. Be patient. Become DPM first. That is the root, the convention in Malaysia, how a person can be the Prime Minister without destroying the stability to cohesion of our country. Like Tun Mahathir, I make a demand. You stop your little Napoleons and your Iagos from conspiring to initiate crossovers of UMNO crooks to bolster your power presently or future power to control Parliament or to help you take over SPN. Stop this nonsense, this kind of speculations, rumors, and what have you. Is unsettling the country and the people. Stop it. Strengthen the PH coalition. Destroy UMNO and PAS completely. These are very simple demands which you should focus on and stop traveling all over the world to try to promote yourself as a potential future leader PM waiting. Where is your priority? This is what we want from you. This is what we demand of you. Let me assure you, Anwar Ibrahim and Tun Mahathir, these demands are original demands based on our perception, our understanding as to the present crisis taking place in our country. Stop it, follow the demands, and act upon it. Now, some very naive, wet behind the ears, green ministers in the Pakatan Harapan. I remember, I think it's the lady minister. She's very young, never mind. She said, we expect the opposition, the Najib opposition in Parliament to be our check and balance so that we can perform our duty. That is a very stupid statement, infantile. We want to bury BN as a corrupt criminal enterprise. You understand? So, this is my message as distilled from the aspirations and the sentiments of our people. The people of Malaysia, the rakyat, will be the check and balance. We don't need a filthy, corrupt, and criminal political coalition to be a watchdog. Simple, isn't it? It was we the people who threw out the BN government. And we had no choice but to elect you, be the lesser evil. We can also throw out PH as we have thrown out BN. The rakyat threw out the BN government. Likewise, we can also throw PH out if PH leaders betray the rakyat. Bear that in mind, huh? Okay? So stop the nonsense and give credence to the BN UMNO Najib opposition. They are scumbags, proven criminals, financial rapists, plunders and money launderers. Alright? And the way you all behave in Parliament, as if you are addressing a credible, effective, legitimate opposition. The opposition in Parliament are scumbags. So wake up, my dear little minister, whoever you are, because you made a statement in Parliament, I believe. Right? I can't remember your name or which ministry. That as it may, this may reflect the thinking of the Pakatan Harapan. So I would rather, while you're speaking in Parliament, do not speak to the opposition MPs. Speak direct to the speakers as if you're addressing the entire nation. We, the people, will be the watchdog, will be a check and balance. Because we are more reliable. And don't take our criticism as an attack. We have the right, when you do wrong, you veer off the tangent to give you criticisms and provide solutions. Because the BN opposition has no solutions for you, understand? Do you look to criminals, money launderers, corrupt police as a solution? Please wake up, okay? Please. Okay. Now, after you take power, you leaders, in your comfort zone, and because you didn't expect victory, we noticed and we discerned, alright, that your so-called anger in your campaign prior to election was, to me and to many people, mere theatrics, propaganda. And because your failure to appreciate really what needed to be achieved was not reflected in your recent actions. You have been in opposition for how many years? And you always told us, we are a better and will be a better government than the BN government led by UMNO. You have all the plans, all the strategies, all the solutions. And yet, when you're in power, you have no sense of urgency. You expect to be allowed to be given a honeymoon period. When we are in a shithole, drowned in debt, in a cesspool of corruption, criminality, you expect 100 days honeymoon while we are fighting for air to bring our heads above the cesspool. You want 100 days honeymoon. That's how your propaganda is, isn't it? People giving speech. How you find your first 100 days in power? How do you find your 100 days in office or whatever? And you pontificate and tell you, wow, this, that, this. While we are drowning, we're shouting for the life jacket and lifeboat. You are just paddling slowly, like a slow boat to China. My first 100 days, oh, very tough lah. We have this, we have that lah. Up yours, okay? Wake up, okay? Now, why we need to remind ourselves and the riot who have suffered. What happened to us in plain, simple terms? Please, stop your Queen's English or your parliamentary language, right? I'm not asking you to be rude, but blunt, frank, use simple language. I'll come to that because when I comment on the Budget 2019, you realize why I have this anger, this disappointment. Because you fellas in the Pakatan Harapan government are now walling in power. I don't see a sense of urgency at all. So let me remind you again, Pakatan Harapan leaders, right? Malaysia has been raped and plundered. Financially raped and plundered, no less than that. A heinous crime. We are left over with political obesity of the Najib UMNO regime of underperforming, treacherous public service. Don't complain, so and so sabotage us and that, no, blah, blah, blah. Do something. Take action. Lead. not moan and groan. What we have is systemic crisis. So clean the clogged pipes, flush the drain and the toilet of filthy and corrupt politicians. That's how urgent it is. It's systemic. If it's systemic, you have to clean, drain the pipes and flush the toilet. Don't give excuse, okay? Don't give excuse. Wow, we are this, we are that, for your failures, for your shortcomings. We elect you to lead, to take action in the front line. Not some generals, right, in headquarters, right, look at some maps, some charts and drawing, right, strategies. You are in the front line with us. Head on, face the bloody criminals, flush them out. Sack them if have to be. Okay. Sack them. Vamoose. Okay. So, I expect no less that your propaganda arm, your PR arm in your government, DAP, Amanah, PKR Bersatu, right, to come up with pamphlets with appropriate summing up what we went through and how we can get out of it. No more, right, sugar-coated, right, pills for us to swallow. We will not allow it to sleep. When you do that, I'll come back again and again and again my video address. So, this is some of the graphics, right? Simple. People understand. We have been financially robbed, raped, and the thieves are getting away with it. The thieves and the crooks are getting away with it. Why? Look at the way Raja behaved in Parliament. And his lawyers strutting like a peacock. And you people show the due respect to them. A crook, a money launderer and a rapist speaks in Parliament. By right, whenever that crook speaks, you boycott the session. You're right. If the speaker asks you why, because we will not tolerate though elected as a member of Parliament by his stupid constituency in Pekan, the August House, its reputation, its integrity will not tolerate the presence of a crook. In other countries, the MP will resign if an MP is been charged for hanky-panky, lesser offense. Here, the whole world knows that man, that crook, is a kleptocrat, a money launderer, a financial rapist. You see, he has too thick skin to resign, to step down as an MP. And yet he goes to Parliament with all the aura, alright, of an MP. Whack him out, isolate him, okay? And if the Speaker of Parliament is of the sound mind and correct perspective that we have a crook, a rapist in the August House, would invite him, please, take a leave of absence, alright, and humiliate him publicly and protect the integrity of the August House. Now, recently, right, I've been asked, I'll ask all my friends and friends all over through my E+, whatever. What is the vision of Malaysia? Where are we heading? And someone says, well, New Malaysia. New Malaysia. What does it mean? I don't know. The same time, you guys in page, right, you used to criticize, right, Naju's government say, one Malaysia, and one Malaysia, huh? Do you not say, what does it mean? One Malaysia. So I'm asking you, what does it mean, new Malaysia? It means a new country? The country has been existing for 60 over years. When you say new, what does it mean? Create a new country? Not possible, boss. Not possible. Alright? So, no one can answer me. New Malaysia has the same rhetoric, propaganda, a smell of one Malaysia, meaningless. But recently, Tun Mahathir has some common sense to make this slogan: make Malaysia an Asian tiger again. Alright? Now it's very sensitive and very sensible as well. Slogan. Why? It reminds us that our country was very great at one time. It's not old. It's not independent. It was great. We were a tiger. Following the footsteps of South Korea, Japan, Singapore. We were the ASEAN tigers. Everybody can remember, isn't it? I was surprised by this, actually, by this slogan by Tun Mahathir, because he can still continue to criticize Trump, who in his campaign said, right, make America great again. So simple. Every day, Americans are standing up. It doesn't matter whether you support them, you hate them or not. But Americans are getting back, standing up, and say, yes, we must change the government, make better, do better. They understand what I mean by make America great again. Then they explain. So, I thank Tun Mahathir for once he's using common sense. And I hope that this slogan will be the vision of our country in the years to come. Because new Malaysia is meaningless. We know what it is to become a tiger economy. Okay, we've experienced it, we felt it, we tasted the success of an Asian tiger. So simple. And yet, surprisingly, this concept of being an Asian tiger took no traction within the Pakatan Harapan government. How shameful! How shameful! You know why? Because each one of you assholes trying to be a better leader than your prime minister, first about equals. You go for attention because you want to show how great you are. A finance minister. Alright? This sort of right, or whatever you call it, like, clean energy, education, whatever. But you're not focused. You can't reduce your aspiration in one sentence. You tried to, but you failed in getting what? New Malaysia, 2 words, meaningless. Okay? And then, after all these months, right, when you're in power, you should take credit. Wow, we did this, we do that, whatever. Within 6 months, you can perform miracles. And what really shocked me, this must be a reflection of your leadership. Because the mindset of the Pakatan Harapan, in inspiring so-called youth, is the same mindset of BN government inspiring the youth of yesterday. No change. Because if there was a dramatic change in your leadership, in changing mindsets, tell me, why would all these young people in this Star newspaper headlines of various races, they're all above 20s. So, youth minister, look at this page of the newspaper and ask yourself, I'm not criticizing you, okay? I want you to convey this message to your bosses and your cabinet members. What the hell is wrong with our youth? After you came into power with highfalutin idealism and aims, this is what happens. What the younger generation want. Alright? Money. Money. All money. Better living. How I can benefit from this new government? Money. 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 The same, right? Disease, cash is king. Okay? I'm planning to settle down in a year or two. There were some incentives for those getting married from Budget 218. But if there's nothing this time, I will have to postpone and adjust accordingly. Money. I hope the government will allocate more to improve public transportation, money, facilities. As a fresh graduate who has just started working, I have little disposable income. So if the coming budget offers any saving scheme, I will be glad to join. I hope the M40 middle income group will not be left out, as usually they would be the ones making the big sacrifices when the economy is down. Blah, blah, blah. All money. Money-centric aspirations. What happened? We used to be taught in school the famous quotation from President Kennedy. Ask not what the country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Likewise with the bloody banks, the public sector companies, the accountants, the engineers, all this special interests, right? In every budget, right? We want this, we want this, we want this, we want that, we want that. Huh? From you, the government. And you, what you do? You respond by giving them. That's the interest. It's asking like, hey, banker, you're making filthy profits in the billions. What can you do to help the country move forward? Don't ask me what we give to you. What you can give to the country. Engineers, accountants, universities, professors. What can you do for the country? Don't ask me, increase the budget, upgrade the 50 buildings, brick and mortars. And young people, right? Hey, I'm going to get married soon. I need to buy a house, blah, blah, blah. I have to buy a car, blah, blah, blah. Give me more subsidy, more help, Where is your freaking backbone? Asking what I can do for my country, what sacrifices that I need to make. Isn't it incredible? No change! It's a stupid mentality. Okay? Now, to conclude this part, okay, I use a simple, right, words or analogy to show how stupid you can be. All you people, I don't care, from the youngest to the oldest, what system of government do you have when you have two cows, you are made to share the milk with everyone else who doesn't have a cow? Think, what do you associate this first paragraph with government? Second, you have two cows and the government takes them and gives you the milk. What system of government is that? Third, you have two cows and the government takes your cow and sells you the milk. What kind of government is that? The government takes your cows and threatens to shoot you when you resist to give the cows to them. What kind of government is that? And lastly, you have two cows, you sell one, buy a bull, and make more cows. No freaking government interference. Ask yourself, which do you prefer? Tell me. Which do you prefer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 systems of government, of society. Okay. Now, I'll give the punchline. To every one of you in Malaysia, which do you prefer? You have two cows, and the government takes them and gives you the milk. Or you have two cows, you sell one, buy a bull, and make more cows. Of the two, which constitutes empowerment, independence, initiative, and which reflects affirmative action, dependency, and stagnation. So simple is it. Using it as a cow as an analogy. So, you have 2 cows. Do you need the government to help you? 2 cows. The guy with initiative, independence, and thinking what to do for the government, for the people, for the country, will say, I have 2 cows, I have assets. Okay? Sell 1 cow. Because 2 cows cannot reproduce. Buy a bull. The bull and the cow come together and give what? More calves, more milk, more income. But you want the government take your cows, milk them, pack it nicely for you, right? And sell it to you. This is what's happening, isn't it? No different, Pakatan Harapan, your mindset. You, the powerful government, will do this, will do that, will give this, will give that. You reflect the mentality of those people in the first instance. Dependency, stagnation. Everyone, China, Kwai, Indians, Malay, Dayaks, Kadasan, all wants the government, the government, the government. And you accede to that. You know? You accede to that. Okay? So, to conclude part 1, Tun Mahathir in the newspaper on 3rd November after the budget says, right, the Finance Minister Lim Kuan Eng needs to address the relevant industries with a detailed explanation, in particular to the market forces, because their action is crucial. If you don't understand, then maybe the interpretation might not be accurate. This is why the minister and other officers, including Bank Negara and Finance Ministry, need to do their explanation, he told reporters in a press conference at Parliament lobby after the tabling of the budget. The Prime Minister says that the budget was comprehensive and every sector was given attention, blah, 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 as if it's all that good. I'll prove otherwise. He hoped that the media, critical, he hoped also that the media will analyze the budget documents further and give their feedback or seek further clarification so that information can reach the target groups. We are prepared to answer all queries. I repeat that. Don't say so. He's prepared to answer all queries. At the invitation, that's why I'm preparing, all right, my research and deliver this address to all of you. We are prepared to answer queries. Okay? I can assure you, he's not prepared to answer queries. So that ends my part 1 of my today's address, and I will go straight to part 2. So I will conclude part 1 by saying this. Please demand from Tun Mahathir, deliver his promises, act as a leader, and then step out and let other people take over. If it's to be Anwar Ibrahim, so be it, period. If he fails, he has the answer to the people, the wrath of the people. If he succeeds, he gets the prize. If he fails and follows the path of Najib, we will bury him. This is it. Now let me be frank. I'm a very honest person, but sincere. Okay. I wish Anwar Ibrahim all the best, but I don't know him. I'm not impressed by his track record. My personal feeling is, all the time, I was hoping God may bless my prayers, answer my prayers, that one day, maybe the 9th prime, I don't know, one day or before that, Tan Sri Rafidah Aziz will be the first woman Prime Minister of Malaysia. Why do I say that? Ask yourself. If anything happened to Tun Mahathir or Anwar, can you see anybody who has the charisma, the intellectual capabilities, experience to unite the whole country as one? Tell me, I'm asking all of you, Malaysians, who can you have the trust, the frankness, the integrity, the honesty? We're not perfect, neither is Tan Sri Rafidah, but as a whole, who can deliver Malaysia out of the cesspool? with a vast experience. I'm saying to all of you, it's Tan Sri Rafidah Aziz. And if Anwar Ibrahim, if you have to become the Prime Minister, and since your wife says that she's merely warming a chair for you, I hope you have the cow sense, more than the cow sense, to consider making Rafidah Aziz your deputy. Because your bunch of members of cabinet, right, are too young, too raw, wet behind the ears. And you've been out of touch in government since 1998. So you need a very strong deputy, unlike Tun Mahathir, who always chose a nincompoop as a deputy, because the culture of this country is a Prime Minister cannot have an intelligent, strong-willed deputy as a threat. So they always prefer a lame duck. So it's supposed to be a threat to him. That's why he's always failed in choosing successor. So with this short address, I hope you'll take to heart what I say and act upon it. With that, once again I say, surrender to the will of Allah completely. Have absolute faith that He'll protect, defend and guide us in these dire times. With that, I conclude part 1 of my address.